Oh, okay, gotta get serious now.
Don't say nothing
Or
crazy.
less serious now.
Or less serious.
En français, Laurent Saint-Victor. Voilà, donc tous les deux, ils sont là. Donc, welcome, guys. Hello.
Let me translate for
Hey.
you, Lawrence. She is saying welcome. I'm translating for you.
Welcome. Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
There's a lot of
Hey.
English words in the French and a lot of French words. So it's
Good to
great
be here.
Yeah, it's great to be in a room with actual real people. It's
I
been
know.
quite a year, and as I hear, The Bold and the Beautiful was actually, I think, the first to return to set after COVID. So what was it like to be such pioneers in this?
Well, may I, Lawrence?
Yes, please.
As it happens, yes, we were the first production, and that's film or television, to go back post-pandemic. And I happened to be in the first shot post-COVID. So that was pretty cool. So I got Hollywood going. all by
myself.
I rolled it out all by myself.
Hollywood a commencé, en fait, il a dit que c'était non seulement que la série était la première à reprendre production pour à la fois des films, des longs métrages et la télévision, mais lui, il faisait partie du scène où c'était le premier plan de tout, en fait. Donc c'est vraiment, il dit que c'est grâce à lui que le milieu de la télévision a pu recommencer, voilà. Donc c'est ça, et c'était super cool, il a dit, voilà.
Super cool.
Super cool.
Super cool. Oui. Super cool.
Clapping for you. Thank you. Yes.
And Jackie was there too. She was in the second shot. But Jackie Wood, who plays Steffi, she was there. I'll throw her.
She was in the second shot.
I'll throw
she
her
wasn't in the first shot.
The second shot.
Second shot.
If you go on my Instagram, you'll see a picture of the clapboard with only me in it.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Il voulait donner du crédit un peu à Jackie parce que c'est elle qui était dans le deuxième plan. Donc, en fait, il faut donner aussi du crédit à elle. Donc, tous les deux, ils ont sauvé le monde. Voilà. Bref. I said you both saved the world. Yeah. Lawrence, what about you?
Yeah, it was cool. Coming back, we had a lot of protocols.
Yeah.
I went viral for kissing a mannequin because we couldn't actually kiss our co-stars. So I had to kiss a mannequin. And then that went viral. That went on Jimmy Kimmel and Fallon. They all commented on me looking into a mannequin's eyes and laying one on her.
So you brought your mannequin from home.
Right,
you brought it to the set. You brought it to the set.
I'm a team player.
En fait, il a dit que lui, c'était un clip viral qui a été sur tous les talk shows américains, Jimmy Kimmel, etc. Parce que il y avait tellement de protocoles COVID qu'il ne pouvait pas embrasser quelqu'un. Il fallait embrasser une sorte de poupée, le mannequin, voilà, voilà. Donc, c'était ça. Et Donald a dit que, en fait, oui, il a ramené de chez lui sa propre poupée pour l'embrasser sur set. Et voilà, donc c'est ça. Et en fait, how did this change things moving forward? Like, what is the new normal of production? Do you think this is going to be something that will always continue, or?
No, I mean, I think we're getting, Lawrence can speak to this as well, but we are getting back to normal slowly, but surely. So now there are, we, as Lawrence said, we have all kinds of protocol in place initially. We were tested 2 or 3 times a week. There were no makeup artists on the set. Then when we finally had them, they were in full hazmat suits. We had to be 8 feet apart when we shot. At times, we could only have 2 people in the set. So if it was a 4-person, tell me if I'm speaking too fast. If it was a 4-person scene, we would have 2, in effect, mannequins, stationary mannequins on the set, and maybe 2 of us. So we would be acting 8 feet away to a mannequin. And we had to do our own makeup, and just all kinds of protective protocol was in place. And now we're whittling it away here slowly but surely. As I said, we're getting back to normal. So I think hopefully by the fall, maybe we'll be completely back to the way it was pre-COVID.
Bah, il dit qu'en fait, ça reprend peu à peu, ça reprend un sens de normalité. En fait, c'est qu'au début, ils se faisaient tester 2, 3 fois par jour. Ils ont dû se mettre à, bah, je sais pas, l'équivalent de 8 feet, mais plusieurs mètres à distanciation sociale. Je fais pas la traduction mathématique, en fait. Et en fait, et après, de plus en plus, ils pouvaient pas avoir des make-up artistes sur les maquilleurs sur le tournage. Donc, ils ont dû tous se faire maquiller eux-mêmes, mais que là, depuis, ça reprend peu à peu, lentement, mais sûrement. Et ils pensent que d'ici l'automne, ça va vraiment reprendre. Donc, voilà. Et en fait, the show has always been, I think, a great form of escape for a lot of people. And I think this year people really needed to escape reality more. But actually making it, was that a sort of escape for you as well, to kind of get into your characters and disappear into this world?
Yeah, and not just the characters, but just being around people. You know, even though we were 8 feet away and there were protocols, just to be around. I love my wife and child. I love them dearly, but it was nice to be around other people after a year of being, you know, locked away, after 8 months of being locked away. And then, yeah, getting to back to work, kind of getting back into what feels like normal. Although, like Don said, the protocols at first weren't normal, but still being in an environment where you can be around other people and talk to them was very nice.
We weren't even supposed to hug each other when we saw each other when we first came back to work. We weren't even supposed to shake hands or
We're
hug.
supposed to do this. You got to be
Hug,
8
not
feet
even,
away.
yeah, not even a fist
Oh my
pump, nothing.
goodness. Oh my God. Donc, ils disent, bah, Laurence, il a dit qu'en fait, malgré les protocoles, ça faisait vraiment du bien d'être parmi d'autres personnes, d'autres êtres humains, qu'il aime sa femme, son enfant, mais il y a un moment où il devait être entouré par d'autres personnes à part eux. Et que Donald a dit que même, en fait, au début, il pouvait même pas se faire des hugs. Voilà, à l'américaine. The translation of hug is hug. Voilà, oui, des petits câlins, ils pouvaient même pas se toucher les bras parce que en fait, il y avait tellement de protocoles. Donc là, ça fait du bien que maintenant, ils peuvent le faire, mais juste le fait d'être entouré par des gens, même si c'était pour travail, ça faisait du bien. So what was the greatest challenge of filming the season, and were there any, crazy fun memories from the set, from filming? Any
You go
anecdotes
first, Don.
other than kissing?
Well, we kind of sort of covered it. I mean, it was obviously, if there are scenes where something, maybe we get to an emotional place in the scene, and normally, even if it's not written, we may go in to hug that person or reach out to that or put our hands on that person, and it would be completely appropriate. So it was almost weird that somebody could be breaking down emotionally and you just stand, stand there and look at them. I did these, some scenes with my son. He was breaking down. I just had to kind of stand there and sort of, you'll be okay. But normally, yeah, you'd go embrace somebody, you'd comfort them. And, we couldn't do that. And of course, as Lawrence already covered, you're kissing a mannequin. I thank God I wasn't in any romantic
I'm gonna pitch a storyline
on the show, so I didn't have to deal with that. But yeah, you're kissing a mannequin. I know Torsten had scenes with Jackie where she was in a hospital bed, and he had to reach out and hold her hand, and it wasn't even allowed to hold her hand. So it was a mannequin, and he was doing these very emotional scenes, talking to a dummy.
Wow. So, en fait, il a dit, oui,
When you work with me, you're talking to a dummy all the time. But,
je vais commencer à la fin,
but other than
quand on travaille avec lui, on parle je sais pas, un demi, c'est un mannequin tout le temps. Mais il a dit qu'en fait, avec les protocoles, c'était n'importe quoi. Il y avait même des scènes avec Jackie et Thorsten à l'hôpital, et ils devaient se serrer la main. Elle était malade. Et en fait, ils ne pouvaient même pas faire ça. Parce qu'avec des protocoles qui avaient tellement de choses, mais en fait, parmi tout ça, c'était très chaleureux, et voilà, ils ont tellement de bons souvenirs, et voilà, c'était un peu n'importe quoi, mais voilà. And so both of you, you were just mentioning that you were so happy to be working during this crazy time. If you weren't acting, what would you be doing in life?
you mean as a professional, what were we doing while we were not shooting?
No, if this is a rhetorical question, if you weren't acting, what would you be doing? What would you dream of doing, or what would you think you'd be ended up doing?
Dream of doing or ended up doing?
Either. You can choose. What would you want to be doing? What do you think you probably would have been doing?
I probably would be doing something in fitness, whether personal trainer or maybe you open up a gym or something. What I would love to have been doing, writing, which is what I'm working on doing now. But I imagine if I wasn't acting, I'd be writing. But if I wasn't in entertainment at all, probably something fitness related.
Bah, il dit qu'en fait, il était pas acteur, il serait plutôt, il écrivait, il écrirait, mais en fait, sinon, ça sera peut-être quelque chose dans le fitness, dans fitness trainer ou coach ou quelque chose comme ça. And Donald?
I would be going to Lawrence and asking him for a job at his gym,
Bah,
training
il demanderait
training people.
Il allait approcher Laurence pour lui demander de l'embaucher à son
You're
gym
hired,
comme du
sir.
sport, en fait. Ça sera plutôt ça. En fait, how involved are you? Do you have any say in what happens to your? I mean, I feel like you play these characters all the time, every day. You get closer to them maybe than a character in a film, for example. Do you have any say with the writers about what happens to your character, or? En fait, je vais traduire la question. Je demandais en fait si. I'm just going to translate the questions into French. Si eux, ils peuvent parler.
Oh, what happened?
Ils peuvent parler avec des scénaristes en fait sur ce qui se passe avec leur personnage.
What happened?
C'est pas comme des acteurs dans un.
Oh God.
Comme ils passent tous les jours avec eux, voilà.
How do I get back?
Hit your video. I still hear you, but I think you.
No, I can't. Oh God. Hold on. What did I do? What did I do? I was trying to get rid of a message that was popping up. Wait, I'll get back. Hold on here. Hang on. Oh boy. Hold on. Do I have to rejoin? I might have to rejoin. No, but you can hear me.
I can hear you. So
here we go.
Yeah, there
All right,
you go.
I'm back. Okay. What was the question?
So the question is, you would not be a technician in
No, I would not be doing anything.
You would not be doing behind the scenes.
That's for sure. I have my children do all that. So what was the question?
Actor, what would you be doing?
No, we did that. We moved on.
Yeah.
Character.
Do we have a say in?
I will say this, Brad Bell, to his incredible credit, does have a collaborative nature. Now, I didn't know that when we first started. I didn't know, what his style was, or, some showrunners just don't want to be questioned at all, or don't just do what's written. Just do it. That's it. And there was something early on, I can't go into all the details of it, but it was something I was very concerned about that I thought would really compromise Bill early on. And I am very, maybe notoriously protective of my character. But early on, I had to reach out to Brad about really the way the scene was constructed. It really kind of took a complete reworking of a scene and the way it played out. And I discussed it with him, and I told him my concerns, and he agreed, and made the corrections to it. And over the years, he won't, doesn't necessarily always agree, but he is always open to talking about it. So he's very collaborative, and day to day, script to script. I would say that there's input that we can have. We have creative input with our characters if it's something that we really feel strongly about. It could be a paragraph, it could be a line, it could be sort of the tone of a scene, and we do know these characters pretty well, having played them for so long, and I'm sure Lawrence agrees with that. So we to an extent have input, and we're just really blessed to have a boss who wants to hear from us when we're concerned.
Il dit qu'en fait, Brad Bell, il a la chance parce que Brad Bell, qui est le showrunner, il est assez collaborateur d'esprit. Donc, il est assez open que au tout début, Donald avait un petit problème avec un script. Il a approché, ils ont parlé et il a changé. Et qu'en fait, comme c'est un personnage qui joue tout le temps, il a l'impression vraiment, il le connaît. Donc, il voit si quelque chose ne va pas trop et ils se parlent entre eux et il a la chance que son boss, Brad Bell, il est assez open à tout ça. Lawrence, would you agree?
Yeah, I think well, Don, you spent, so much time on Y&R and you proved yourself. And I think when you come on this show in the beginning, especially if you're a new actor, you have to earn it. Like you have to earn, like, you understand your character, you understand the show, and you care about the material. And once you earn it, once they believe in your work ethic, then yeah, they're down to collaborate. Once your input is coming from a place of you understand what you're doing and what the story is, absolutely. To new actors coming on the show, they kind of have to like learn the show. But once that happens, yeah, we're all working together. It moves so fast. So we're all just collaborating.
That's so true. You got to keep that in mind as well. This isn't like, back in the old days, we could do 7 or 8 takes on a scene and let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. We come out there now. Here's one take. We are going. It is a take. We come out and we roll. So, we the very nature of how we work now, it's such a pace that it really takes a collaborative effort to get it right. And as Lawrence said, with some of the, when you're a younger actor or a newer actor, I don't know that you quite have the credibility yet to just come in and start questioning the boss. No, you can't do it. But we've been doing this a long time, and it is, everybody wants the same outcome. Everybody is trying to put out the best product that we can put out under enormous pressure, as fast as we can possibly do it. And it really does take a collaborative nature. And when you have earned your stripes, that allows you to have some input into what's going on.
Donc, pour résumer tout ça, en fait, déjà, Laurence, il a dit, non, mais ils ont dit la même chose. Donc, Laurence a dit, comme Donald, il a commencé sur les feux d'amour, il avait prouvé son talent et tout. Donc, quand il arrive, et tous les deux, ils sont dans ce business depuis un moment. Donc, en fait, les créateurs, les scénaristes, ils leur font confiance. Et donc, c'est assez collaborateur comme expérience. Et Donald a dit aussi que, en fait, il faut faire, tout le monde veut la même chose. Ils veulent tous produire une belle série avec des bonnes histoires. Donc, en fait, ils sont sur la même équipe et en fait, donc, ils sont assez open et c'est vraiment un travail d'ensemble d'équipe et qu'ils s'écoutent et voilà, ça se passe, j'ai l'impression que ça se passe très bien. Voilà.
And Brad is always a gentleman.
Yeah.
Even if he may be going, oh God, Don wants to talk to me again.
You won't know it because he is so.
You won't know it. He is poker face, more than poker face. He was always gracious. Yeah, I'm sure he's going, hey Brad, can we talk today? Oh God. Yeah, yes, Don. Yeah.
Et Brad, c'est un gentleman. Donc même s'il n'a pas envie de lui parler, il est sympa. Vous, les questions? Vous avez des questions? Oui, allez-y.
Hello, Diamond.
Hello, bonjour.
Bonjour. In the Bold and Beautiful, you stay or Katie or
Katie?
or Brooke?
Are you asking me? Are you asking me who I prefer?
Yeah.
Is that the question?
Katie or Brooke?
Katie or Brooke? Katie or Brooke? Well, what day is it?
Depends what day of the week.
I really think I'll try to answer this as honestly as I can, but I really think ultimately, Katie is Bill's love, and for his own issues and his own. See, I really think of Bill for all of the posturing and the pomposity that really he has very low self-esteem and low self-worth and a self-loathing. And this would go into the way he's raised, and we haven't covered that enough, but that's what I need for my character that I create for myself. So he has a propensity to destroy what is best for him, to shoot himself in the foot, to get in his own way. And there are emotional issues at work for him that will cause him to compromise some beautiful personal relationships that he has. This is probably a much deeper answer than you wanted to your question. But I think when it comes down to it, it would probably be Katie, and Bill just probably tends to destroy what is best, what is best for him.
Bah, en fait, elle disait, bon, vous
He
avez
doesn't feel worthy of it.
Katie Hook, et en fait, il dit que en fait, en fin de compte, c'est quelqu'un qui se déteste un peu. Donc, en fait, c'est plutôt Katie, c'est vraiment l'amour de Bill. Mais en fait, comme il se déteste, il a tendance à détruire ce qui est bien pour lui. Donc, voilà. Donc, c'est une histoire que on connaît, mais voilà. Donc, il pense que c'est vraiment elle, mais il va tout faire pour un peu le détruire. Voilà. Merci, thank you. D'autres questions? N'ayez pas peur. Oui, vous, venez.
Hello. What
Hello.
has
Hello.
been more difficult to turn into the character when you play?
Vous pouvez le dire en français comme ça, parce que je vais traduire déjà. Donc, ah oui, what do you find most difficult about playing your characters? Qu'est-ce qui, oui. C'est quoi la chose la plus difficile quand ils incarnent?
Getting your workout in before you get to work.
Faire du sport avant d'arriver sur le tournage.
Trying to flex and act at the
Trying to
same
flex
time.
and act, hold your chest pump and act simultaneously. Go ahead, Lawrence.
Et faire le
I think
simultanément.
it's not so much how the difficulty of playing the character, it's just our pace gets faster and faster. So we're moving faster and faster, and making sense of this story and trying to make it be as real as possible and collaborate. Like Don said, the pace is the thing that separates, I think, Daytime and Bold and the Beautiful from any other production. So it's just being able to move and create in this pace. For me, I find it fun, but challenging at the same time.
Bah, en fait, il dit que c'est pas forcément l'incarnation du personnage, c'est vraiment le rythme, en fait. C'est que la différence de cette série contre toutes les autres séries qui existent à la télé, c'est un rythme où il faut faire quelque chose, c'est tous les jours, c'est fast. Donc, il dit que c'est intense, mais c'est bien. Voilà.
I should point out Lawrence, by the way, as he speaks on this, he can speak, interestingly enough, from two sides of the coin here, because Lawrence is an actor and Lawrence is also one of our writers. So he has a unique perspective.
Both fast.
Does a great job with both, I might add.
Thank you, sir.
Côté, il est non seulement acteur, mais il est scénariste en fait aussi, donc il fait les deux. Was it, Lawrence, do you want to talk about that? Was it difficult to pass from one thing to the next, or to separate your hats?
No, if anything, being on set and acting and being around the actors, I think gives me a great, it helps me a lot, because I not only understand the story, but I get to hear Don talk about Bill. You know, we get to just talk about how he sees them in the backstory he came up with, and that gets to influence some of the scenes I write. You know, I get to write from being like on the field as opposed to just kind of tuning in from afar. It's weird when you write your own scenes and then you get to set and you're like, who wrote this crap? Oh, I wrote it. Dang it.
What idiot?
Who would say this? I start changing my own lines on set.
Je lui ai demandé si c'était difficile de passer d'un chapeau à l'autre, genre d'être scénariste et aussi d'être acteur. Et il dit qu'en fait, non, au contraire, c'est mieux parce qu'il est entouré par des acteurs, donc il peut entendre Don qui parle de Bill, etc. Donc il est vraiment au cœur du truc. Il est vraiment, il a comparé bien sûr au sport où il était sur le champ de jouer en fait avec de l'équipe. Mais il a dit que ce qui est bizarre, c'est que quand il écrit ses propres paroles et il arrive sur scène, il dit mais qui a écrit ça? En fait, c'est nul. Et voilà, c'est là où ça devient un peu bizarre. Voilà.
And I would say that being an actor on the show, like Don said, we all will adjust the script or adjust the scenes to trying to find the best way to elevate it. So being on set, watching your writing get workshopped gives me just an amazing edge. So when I go write, I keep in mind like how we're changing it. Where the other writers, they don't get to be on set like that. They're not around as much. So for me, it's like I hear Don change these words to this. Next time I'm writing a Bill scene, I'm keeping that in mind. You know,
Lawrence and I had this conversation pretty recently, but I'm competitive by nature, and I view it as what we do. There are other programs out there that people can watch in this ever more competitive marketplace. So I really look at what I do, my character and my scenes. I want to take what Lawrence has written, for example. Obviously, Lawrence has an idea in his head when he writes the scenes, and he's also an actor, so maybe he sees it a certain way and he envisions the way the scene is going to play. It is my job, and I approach it this way. I want to take every scene that our writers write, and I want to elevate it to something that exceeds their expectations.
mm-hmm.
And I also think of what we do, not just an actor, but an entertainer. I know what I like to watch. I know what shows I find compelling. I know why I find them compelling, and I know what performances I find compelling. And when there are certain characters that will come on a show, and I'm looking forward to seeing those characters, and maybe those characters interact, but there are certain characters. And, I'm just very blessed with this character that I play, that he's a very emotionally complex kind of cat on a hot tin roof guy. And I really feel like I would be doing Lawrence a disservice, or any of our writers a disservice, if I wasn't trying to take that scene to a place or make it something that was where they're going, wow, I didn't even think of that when I was writing it, or wow, I didn't even, I didn't see it taking that turn, or I didn't expect the scene to go in that direction. And that means making them laugh, making them cry, making them angry, making whatever it might be. And all those three things can happen in a set of scenes, all three things at once. So that's, we had this conversation recently.
Yeah. And I watched the
between us.
episode. It aired this week.
Just going to translate for everyone.
The,
En fait, donc déjà, Laurence a dit qu'en fait,
We'll talk about that.
pour lui, qu'en fait, il écrit des scènes et par contre, les autres scénaristes, ils sont pas sur le tournage, en fait. Donc, ce qui est intéressant,
You wrote those scenes
il peut
with
voir, en fait,
Wyatt and
Wyatt and
Justin.
Yeah. Sorry. Go
en fait,
go
donc,
ahead.
il peut voir, en fait, que les gens, ce qui se passe avec quand des acteurs, quand ils doivent changer des choses. Donc, en fait, ça l'aide parce qu'après, quand il va si Don, par exemple, dit quelque chose, la prochaine fois qu'il écrit une scène sur Bill, il va vraiment réécrire d'une certaine manière. Donc, ça l'aide aussi parce qu'il est vraiment au cœur de l'action. Et Donald a dit aussi que lui, en tant qu'acteur, il aime bien prendre les paroles et les élever à quelque chose. Et il veut faire quelque chose qui va plaire, qui plairait à lui-même, en fait.
Did I talk that much?
Série, oui,
We both did.
il regarde, everything's longer in French. Donc, il regarde une série, donc il veut faire des choses qui font à la fois rire, pleurer, voilà, et parfois tous dans la même scène. Donc, voilà. Pour résumer, voilà, on peut avoir...
Sounds so much prettier when you say it.
Everything sounds prettier in French.
I know.
Ouais, il dit que tout est plus joli en français. Vous pouvez vous approcher?
Bonjour, alors, vous allez pouvoir traduire.
Bonjour. Hello.
Bonjour. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Merci. Ouais.
C'était pour savoir, c'est au niveau du scénariste, son inspiration, il la puise dans son entourage, dans sa vie de tous les jours. Hein, en
He's
tant
telling you to
qu'être
work
humain,
out harder,
assez
Lawrence.
actif, je pense.
Yeah. Oh
Donc là,
man.
c'est vraiment son imagination, en fait.
C'est une
Voilà.
bonne question. So he was asking if Lawrence, especially, you know, when you're writing, what inspires you? Is it people that you know? Is it people that you come across? You know, is it based on reality, or is it just completely from your imagination?
Oh, it's a mix of everything. I mean, Brad Bell, he's our showrunner. He comes up with the stories. He comes up with the arcs that are in the episode. You know, the writers, we don't control the story. He is our brain trust. But the inspiration, imagination comes from just being on set with the actors. You know, I get to sit down and go, not just what would Bill do, but I get to be Bill. You know, I as an actor, I don't get to play Bill, but when I write, it's like I finally get to see what it's like to be Bill and step in those shoes for a bit.
Pretty good, isn't it?
It's nice. It's a good. I have to say, I had the most fun writing Bill because like, yeah, because he's the opposite of Carter. So when I get to write Bill, it's like, man, it's fun. The actors inspire me. The story inspires me. Long story short.
Ouais. Non, il dit qu'en fait, la manière que ça se passe, c'est que Brad Bell, c'est le showrunner, c'est lui qui décide les arcs des histoires et tout. Mais en fait, Laurence, il aime bien, c'est les acteurs qui l'inspirent. Par exemple, dans la vraie vie, il peut incarner un personnage, mais en fait, quand il écrit, il peut devenir Bill, en fait, pendant que le temps de l'écrire, en fait. Donc, ça lui permet d'incarner plusieurs personnages à la fois. Donc, en fait, c'est ça qui l'inspire, en fait. Bien sûr qu'il y a des choses qui sont tirées de sa vraie vie, mais c'est vraiment les autres acteurs qui l'inspirent. Je pense que c'était la dernière question. The last question. Thank you so much. We could be here for hours. I think you guys have so many really fascinating things to say. And I guess thanks for being here in Santa Monaco. And à bientôt. Merci. Ouais!
Thank you guys.
À tout à l'heure.
À tout à l'heure. Ouais.
Merci.
Merci. Thank you so much.
Oh, we love you too.
Je t'aime.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you know, a little bit.
Good stuff. Yeah. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much. Merci à tout le monde.
Au revoir.
Voilà. Au revoir.
Bye. I guess we're logging out. Have a good day, Don.
Thanks, Lawrence. Later.
See you.